In October last year, we visited P4 Armored Regiment for their annual Tank Day. The day includes vehicle demonstration and is a chance for visitors and family to see what their sons and daughters are doing during their conscription. We were invited via the S-Tank Society, and it's really cool to get to drive our models next to the real tanks and infantry fighting vehicles. My 105 has a special connection to the regiment since it was used during the education of new tank crews, despite being a prototype.
Den första är en Centurion, det heter det, men det är den svenska 105an. Och den bakre här är en sovjetisk vagn.
Du, det här med att bygga modeller som fungerar som de här gör. Jag vågar väl knappast fråga vad det går åt i tid.
Det är ett par år.
Oj.
Hans and Claes 1-6 scale models of the Hägglunds BV206 fitted in nicely next to the real size vehicles. And speaking of Hägglunds, BAE Systems, who owns Hägglunds, was also present. They were showing their CV9035 Mark IIIC, Sweden's new infantry fighting vehicle, ordered by the army to replace the 50 CV9040C that had been given to Ukraine. A very impressive vehicle with composite tracks, anti-tank missiles and active protection system. If you want to see more of this, check out our visit to Arsenalen. The noise you hear in the background is Sten's gas turbine-driven S-tank, more of that later. The interest for our models was big, to say the least, especially with the younger visitors. Sometimes it was actually hard to see where you were going because of all the little feet and legs. It was time for the live vehicle demonstration and we headed to the other side of the camp. I spotted a couple of CV90 loaded onto trailers with beautiful autumn leaves behind them. The demonstration showed a CV90 getting disabled by an anti-tank missile and how the recovery vehicle is used to tow it away. An interesting demonstration of a very important task during war, but I must say I missed the more action-packed fighting demonstration from previous years. The recovery vehicle backs up and prepares the damaged CV90 for towing, as the medic vehicle tends to the wounded, all while a 122 provides support.
Blir mer eller mindre som ett tillkopplat bilsläp på bärgningsbandvagnen. Att repareras det, alternativt och mer troligt efter att då tagit en träff från en robot, så kommer den här vagnen på lastbilstransport.
It was very interesting to see the armored recovery vehicle based on the CV90 up close and how it was used in a situation like this. But at the same time, at least I missed the older and more action-packed combat demonstrations. Let's see some of the action from previous years before we move on. We decided to arrange a little parade with our vehicles. Sten fired up his amazing S-tank in 1:5 scale, and the sound of the gas turbine could be heard from miles away. As the day came to its end, we wanted a chance to have a closer look at the real vehicles. We therefore took the models for a drive around the camp. One of the gauge tanks was an old Centurion. I believe this is the 102. Although a bit sun-bleached, it still looked sharp in its 4-pattern splinter camouflage. We soon arrived at the heavy hitters. The STRV 122 is the Swedish version of the Leopard 2, and its full name is Leopard 2 Improved A5 SE. Hans took the opportunity to challenge the 122 in a duel with his air pressure driven mortar. That did not penetrate their armor. Then it was time to load our models and head home. I did the annual loading of the 105 in the Saab video. I put a reasonable amount of time into making my videos, but somehow this simple video, unedited and just showing the model driving into the trunk of my car, went viral on Instagram. Those views are something I can only dream of on YouTube. I give up. I just can't seem to understand how the algorithms work. We ended our day at the same pizzeria as always. Thanks to everyone who participated, and thanks to you who watched all the way till the end.